where did you do your degrees? Bachelor's, master's, and doctorate?
Um, I did not have an opportunity to come to an Adventist institution, so my
Mm.
undergrad and grad degree were done at Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey. Um, I got a doctorate in clinical social work from Walden University,
Mm.
and did some postdoctoral work with my colleagues in Loma Linda
Mm.
and the Masters of Public Health, or the School of Public Health, I should say, but most of the colleagues taught in that area.
Right.
And so we did some work here, focusing primarily on issues related to the brothers and sisters in the Adventist Church and their health. So we did some work there.
So, Dr. Ramirez, what was college like for you as a student?
Very interesting. I wished that I had the opportunity to come to an Adventist institution, but that wasn't the case.
Okay.
And so my undergrad experience was one that, first of all, I lived off campus. I went to a public school, a state school. And the majority of the time I was between work and school. So I've always had to work full time and to get through school and so forth. So I tell my students you should appreciate the blessing of being at an Adventist institution. I wish I had that opportunity, but it allowed me to have the opportunity, the experience of and the opportunity to get educated, the experience to do many other different things. But if I had a choice, I would have preferred to be at an Adventist institution.
So, tell me about grad school.
So, as soon as I completed my undergrad, I went straight into grad school.
Okay.
And I was able to do sufficiently well to enter what we call in social work the advanced standing program, which allowed me to do full-time work for one academic year and complete my master's in social work.
Okay.
And so I did that upon graduating from my undergrad at the same institution. So I did my undergrad and my grad immediately after.
What brought you to Oakwood?
So when I graduated from my graduate program, I went straight into the workforce. And I worked for 10 years, gathered experience in the social work field in a variety of areas. I did school social work, community mental health. I was an officer of the court in the state of New Jersey, as I was a probation officer. And then I wanted to give back. I was so grateful for what God had done in my life, allowing me to come from a disadvantaged background and yet just bless me, allow me to go through school, get a degree, and serve the people in the same city where I grew up. And then I also wanted to say, what else can I do? I asked myself, what else can I do to give back to the Lord for what He has done for me? So what happened was, someone came to me with an opportunity, encouraged me to get my doctorate degree, and I did that. And I told the Lord, I said, I'm going to leave my comfortable state position, making a very good salary, and I'm just going to go back and give back to you. And so one of the desires that I always had was to teach at an Adventist institution. I was fortunate that when I made the decision to apply, I had an offer from La Sierra University, Southern Adventist University, and I wanted to stay closer to the East Coast, so I chose Southern Adventist University.
Okay.
So I was there, taught there for a few years, was the director of the social work program, and then the call came to come to Oakwood University, and it was a smooth transition. Met with the President Baker at that time, and just started teaching here.
What research are you doing that most excites you now?
Research that I'm currently engaged in and working with my colleagues is kind of related to research I did in my dissertation, which was school bullying.
Mm.
We are looking at, my colleagues and I are looking at how school bullying and racially biased behavior affects students in North Alabama, affects them psychologically
Right.
and emotionally
Mm.
here in North Alabama, with all the tension that is going on, the political atmosphere
Right.
that these kids find themselves in, specifically Latinx students. We want to look to see how, again, bullying, racially biased behavior affects them emotionally and psychologically.
How has your work as a faculty member helped you spread the gospel?
It's opened doors. There's a lot of need in our church.
Mm.
And it has allowed me the opportunity to serve in various capacities.
Mm.
I'll just give you a couple of examples.
Yes.
So this past weekend, I went to a church in Mississippi. Actually, it was a district. They came together for this event.
Mm.
And I gave them 3 topics on depression.
Mm.
And then afterwards, I met with several family members that just needed some one-on-one counseling. And so it called for a long Sabbath, but one that really provided some, not just orientation and education, but also some practical and counseling pieces. 3 weeks before that, I went to Mexico, and the church out there just wanted me to do a family seminar program for them, family enrichment program. And the same before that. So I was in New Jersey. I went to Atlantic City and did a program like that. But it's not just family enrichment and mental health and depression, even though that's an area that I can assist many of the pastors and church leaders. We've done evangelism. We focused. I was in Puerto Rico. I went to other places where I've also been able to do stewardship in other areas. So I tell my students all the time, you prepare yourself to provide a service to the community, and included in that community is the church. And there are many, many, many obstacles, many challenges that our brethren in the church are facing. And so any way that we can assist pastors, any way that we can assist our church administrators, I think that with the preparation that we have as mental health professionals, we can actually provide that. But there are other areas, like I said, not just mental health, that we also provide assistance and support to the church. So
Your favorite Bible verse?
Yes. I can do all things through God who strengthens me.
Amen.
So I think I tell my students all the time, the only individual that can limit you from doing anything is you. Because if God is on our side, who can be against us?
That's it.